The Scarlet Lolo Cooking Show. Welcome.
Unfortunately, I can't grow mangoes or pineapples in England, but I do love both of those fruits. So I'll show you how I've learned to slice them up, cut them up, and make them into a yummy, yummy, fresh dessert that's full of vitamins and not too many calories. Just by themselves or with a little added whipped cream or cinnamon, they make a beautiful dessert. A ripe mango should be soft to the touch.
Mango and passion fruit with cream for dessert.
Finely chopped. I've got a tool for the mangoes. I push through and it cuts out the center. Right, same thing again. Lining it up so that the stone of the mango lines up with the cutter, like so, and then you push it through. It works quite well, this tool. And then I do what my friend Dawn has taught me. Thank you, Dawn. It's making a hedgehog. So you slice crisscross several times. Then you pop it out like a hedgehog and you cut off the pieces. And there'll always be a little bit of flesh left on the skin, but you can just nibble it off.
Delicious.
All my veggie scraps go in the compost as usual. I'm going to show you one more time. You cut one direction and just sliding the knife along the skin without actually cutting through. Then you pop it out like a hedgehog and you cut the pieces off. This looks quite dangerous and you do have to be careful, but because of the texture of the mango, it does work quite well, this method. So whilst gently pushing from the back side with your other hand, you slide the knife along the skin to get all the pieces off. And nibble, nibble.
It can get stuck in the teeth a bit, but it is so delicious.
This is a SHARON fruit. So I'm going to do that in a bit. For the SHARON fruit, I cut off the brown bits and a bit of brown bits there. And then I'll just chop it into fine cubes. The good thing about the SHARON fruit is that you can eat the whole thing. There's no waste, no pips, no stone, no waste. For the stone of the mango, I use a paring knife and I peel it and I sort of feel my way along the stone, because quite often there's big chunks of flesh left on the stone that can be eaten and do not need to go to waste. Because the stone of the mango is quite an irregular shape and quite often you get a very thin bit and there's a lot of flesh around there. So waste not, want not.
Both mango and pineapple are best bought when they're in season in the country that they're coming from. Having travelled to countries where mangoes grow, it amazed me how people really don't like them or throw them away even, because there's just so many of them, whereas for us they are a wonderful special treat and we are fortunate to be able to get them all year round.
Mango, SHARON fruit and cream for dessert.
Oh my god, that's dessert.
Wow.
Pineapples are a great source of fibre.
Welcome to the Scarlet Lolo Cooking Show. And for dessert, I'm going to make a pineapple. So I'm about to chop up that baby. The first thing I do is I'm going to sharpen my knife. Right. That's my knife sharp. Let's cut a pineapple. I always try to not waste too much when I cut the pineapple, but unfortunately the little brown bits that you see, those little brown bits, they can be quite sharp on the tongue, so it is best to get them out. At this point I want to try what the pineapple is like. Not the best one I ever had, but it's quite nice. So, once I cut the pineapple in half, I then quarter it. In the center there's quite a hard core, so I try to cut it out by angling the knife at 45 degrees, like so.
Pineapple is great for fiber, but the core is just too fibrous to eat.
Now that I've cut the core out, I've got a flat bit to set the pineapple on. And I'm going to cut it into 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. Each segment into 4 pieces, and then chop it finely, like so. A quarter pineapple is a good size for one portion, of course depending on the size of your pineapple. But this to me is quite a good portion. I like to chop the pineapple as finely as I can.
It will take only 5 minutes to prepare, and it contains fresh fruit, which is one of your 5 a day. It's sweet but not sugary, natural sugars, and the remaining 2 pieces can go into a container for the next meal. You've got yourself a yummy fresh dessert, fresh fruit and a little bit of cream. Very sweet, juicy, lovely. A simple dessert that tastes wonderful, and with the cream it's a winning combination. But if you want to save on the calories, without the cream it's just as delicious.
Una, would you look at that? I just found a piece of pineapple on the floor.
Give it a go with Lolo.
Good pineapple.